Hi Virgo, it's welcome to the full moon in Virgo reading your moon for March 6, 2023. Full moons close out cycles. Your theme for the next 2 weeks is the sun. That is rebirth, regeneration, invigorated energy, youthful, social, playful, energetic. Not much douses the energy of the sun. It's a really nice card to have. You could be healing. You could be re-energizing. You might be in the spotlight. This is a very social card. Um, you might be in the public's eye. You certainly could be the center of attention. You could be feeling very warm and welcoming and just generally an all-around good energy. I don't know that I have anything negative to say about the sun. Okay. It's associated with the sun, so there's no planetary association. But let's see how that applies to your 2 weeks, your full moon closing out cycle. So this is first two cards of the cycle that you're closing out here. You may have started something new already, and the newness can start to be wearing off in the next 2 weeks. In other words, you have an impetus to do something. You have this energy of, I want to do something. There's a potential here. And with the Ace of Wands, it kind of lights a fire under our bum and gets us moving. And yeah, it's a good card. But this could have been something that you've already gotten a little bit ahead of, or you've gotten a start. And there's communication here. So the Ten of Pentacles is my daily card. It's the things that happen daily to you, the people that you come across every day, the conversations that you have with the butcher, with anybody that you come across in your day-to-day communications. There's a communication card. It's also about legacy. So what do you want to leave behind, right? Seems to me like you have a great idea here of what you would like to leave the planet once you're gone. It's also big money negotiations, so there could be that. But there's also this energy here of elders and then parents and children. There's a child there. So you have a hierarchical energy here with this as well. And you could be moving through different stages. Now, Saturn is moving into Pisces. Saturn is your moving into Pisces, who is your opposite sign. But there is a maturation, there's a maturity that comes with Saturn. And so you could even be taking on one of these other roles. You might become a parent, or you might become a grandparent during this period. That's one other thing. You could also become a child. I don't know. It's possible. I doubt that you'll become a dog, but there's a lot of things out there that I don't understand. So anything's possible. Anyway, that's a joke. You have with the 10 here the end of a situation while simultaneously beginning something else. That's what the 10 does for us. But you have an ace, so you see that new beginning that's happening for you as well. And you can be very excited about it. This is a fiery energy, so you could really put a lot of energy behind it, a lot of enthusiasm behind it. Yeah, it kind of gets you excited, and it could be, the path to something that really satiates you, that's really satisfying, and that really kind of fulfills some of your dreams, which is really, really nice. Now, it feels to me like the closing cycle is the communication about it, or maybe even learning about it or something. You might finish the learning process of this new idea, or you're just done talking about it and now you want to do. That's what I feel is being closed out here, since it is the closing out of a cycle. Okay? And it could even be that you found the thing that you've been looking for, that you've been wanting to initiate, and now you found it. That could also be, maybe the periods before that you were searching for that something, and now you found it. So that part of the search cycle is over, and now you can get down to some brass tacks with the Ten of Pentacles. That's making it solid, right? That's words into solidity, okay? You are behaving like a Capricorn, a Page of Pentacles. So this is what I mean. This card for me is the student who has just graduated. They finished their study and now they're holding up that pentacle saying, look what I've learned. Now let's do something with it. Now let's share it with the world. So that's what I mean by this cycle over here. So yeah, I do feel like you could be starting your apprenticeship now after learning about it, about talking about it, studying, listening to other people talk about it. You're ready to put some practical use to what it is that you have begun. But with the Temperance card, it's saying that it's not going to be quick. It's going to take some time, and you need to find an internal balance. There's some refinement necessary. So maybe it's just the next step in learning, right? That's very possible. You finished one phase of it, and there just needs some refinement with the Temperance card there. And you have to be patient with yourself, and you have to be patient with this new beginning as well. But it looks to me very much like a good path to success here if you give it some patience. This is alchemy, so this is finding balance. And so maybe this might even be the thing that you have learned and now you want to pay it forward. It's learning how to balance thought and emotion and learning to refine yourself from the inside on an internal level for some Virgos. Could be health related here. But I do know that Temperance is about being patient because we are refining this new idea, this new project that we're employing right now. Okay, and as a result, you have the Two of Swords, which means that you may have to make some decisions that could be a little bit difficult, and this could happen towards the end of the 2 weeks. But 2 is always about duality, decision making, and this is about trying to restore peace of mind, right? Once we make that cut, I always see the Two of Swords as like a scissor that needs to cut something, but you need to make that decision first to cut it, and once you do, then your peace is restored. The Two of Swords is also for me the card of being able to hold two opposing thoughts simultaneously. You can see both sides of a coin, and which makes it difficult to make that decision, right? Yeah, because you have the moon with that. So that's a little bit of an insecurity, some fears that have to be dealt with, and things that are a little bit nebulous, right? Things that are a little bit foggy and we can't quite put our finger on it. And I would imagine that Virgo has a time with this because they like accuracy, they want facts, they want precision. And the moon is nebulous. The moon is, it's wonky. It's not that precision of the sun where you see everything clearly, right? The sun, which is, where your trajectory. It's kind of the overall energy here. It's where you're putting your energy into, and so maybe you're trying to like pin down certain things with the Two of Swords and the moon. Let's get some more. But this is going to take time because it's Temperance, right? There's a refinement going on here. Okay, so the accompanying card, the clarification card, is the Four of Cups. This is, sometimes it's feeling dissatisfied and bored, and maybe that's up until you discovered this. Maybe you were dissatisfied with the way things were going on an emotional level. But the card is aspected pretty well, I think, with the Ace and the Ten of Pentacles. So for me, this can mean that you're being offered something to change your emotional output, and you're being offered this something, right? Something out of nowhere, to change that. Fill the cup with what you want, you're being told. Fill it with what you want then. Here's an empty cup. These 3 didn't satisfy. Here's another one. Fill it with what you want. That's nice, I think, and it gives you some stability. It'll give you some emotional stability, or maybe that's what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with a new idea that helps people communicate in ways that help to bring some emotional stability to a situation where you feel bored or discontent or dissatisfied, very much on an emotional level here. For some people, maybe you've even found a therapist, because there's communication here, there's talking, and there's new ideas about talking about emotional situations. So maybe you've found a therapist or a therapy that works well for you, that helps you to change your emotional outlook. This can also be family, right? Because you have the grandfather, the parents, the child, the dogs, the da-da-da-da-da. It can be community, it can be family. So maybe there's a new thing that happened within the family that brings a different emotional charge and more emotional stability to the family or the familial situation. I don't know if you're catching all that. Okay. All right, the clarification card is the World. So nice. Well, I feel like there's very much a recovery energy with the Sun and this situation, especially with the 4 of Cups that comes in, okay? So a sunnier disposition, feeling more social. The World is telling me, again, that this is and the World has come up in quite a few readings already. It's the end of a cycle. It's the beginning of something else. You're right now in a bit of a spiritual box, that a protective spiritual box, while you're clearing up and cleaning up this old cycle and getting ready to move on to the next. Okay, it's a graduation card, which makes a lot of sense with this Page of Pentacles, because he's also somebody who has graduated from a situation, from a study, and ready to show the world what he has. But with that Temperance card, they're also saying patience. Patience, don't jump out there just yet, because there are some things that need some refinement, and there are some things that need to finish up. There's some old stuff first that you need to finish up. Okay, some people can have some travel plans with the World card. That's also very possible here too. And situations with the world at large too might start to be getting cleared up, but it's going to be a while before it happens. Patience, okay, patience. And I definitely see that happening out on the crazy world. Okay, so then we have the 7 of Pentacles with the 2 of Swords and the Moon. So there is this feeling of kind of reassessing or editing something that doesn't quite, maybe you don't see, or you can't, because the 2 of Swords is about the 2 opposing thoughts, right? And the Moon is, I don't see it clearly just yet. And so the 7 of Pentacles is going to come along and be like, okay, so let me lay this all out here. As my fruits are ripening, as I have created this situation, I've grown this garden, I've done these particular things, would I do it again? Would I don't know if you can hear that, but that's hail, so sorry for the noise. It's a reassessment, it's editing situations, it is, if I had to do this over again, would I continue to do it this way? And it is sort of this feeling of having to wait, right? And again, with the Patience card here, there with Temperance, it's saying don't move too terribly quickly. So you get this reassessment with the world, right? There's some things that you still have to clear up. There's some things that you still have to understand. There's some things that you still have to figure out before you move on to this completely new phase. What would you keep? What would you do differently? Sorry if I'm yelling. I can barely hear myself. Okay, so I'm waiting for it to subside a little bit. All right, so the seven for me, the number seven, has a very unique energy. And so to tweak something, to make it your own, right? To give it your flair. You will edit, you will take out, you will reassess. You want it to be your particular thing. And so maybe you've learned something, it's very cookie cutter, it's very regimented, and maybe that doesn't sit well for you. Maybe you want to put your own flair, your own take on it. That can be the Seven of Pentacles as well. What do I edit? What do I keep? What would I do different? It's that kind of energy. So I definitely feel like you're on a new path, a new trajectory. I do feel like you have finished the understanding of something, but there needs to be some more refinement to it. And I think you're going to cut away the things that either you don't quite understand, or you could even be cutting away some fears with the moon. You know, you can be understanding them differently, and you face fears, and you can remove them from your life. That would be nice. So what does Spirit want you to know? Nice. You have the Queen of Pentacles. This is my Aquarius card. This is a very practical individual. They are, the Queen of Pentacles gets what she wants. She is the provider. She can take nature and make something from it, you know? She grows a garden. She can build a really delicious salad. It's that kind of energy. She usually gets what she wants, which is really nice. So I do think that you'll get that as well. This is somebody who is a caregiver, so this may be something that you are interested in within sort of a family dynamic or community dynamic, right? Caregiving. Very practical, in very practical ways. And when she's out of balance, it's self-preservation. For everybody for themselves. But when she's balanced, she wants to help everybody. Okay? So maybe in a way, first you kind of have to help yourself, and then you can reach out to community and help other people. Just needs to be some refinement. That's what I see here mostly. But with the sun there, there's a lot of energy being put behind this. The sun has your back in that sense. And there's a regeneration with the sun energy, a healing, perhaps, and especially of emotional ills. Okay? All right. I hope this has been helpful. I'll be back in 2 weeks with a new moon reading. I do dailies. I have the journal video out, journaling with the archetypes. It's the Fool. It's the beginning. So if you're interested, check it out. Hasn't gotten very many views, but I don't care. It's a helpful tool. So if you ever need it, it'll be there. Thanks for listening. I appreciate it. Take good care. Talk to you later. Bye.